maybe, yeah, you can tell Nonny.
That's how it goes.
We'll do it next time.
Space.
Then I can warn Nonny as
Yeah,
well.
because I think if I just hold him, then mute and then
You won the base race.
Is K-Pom doing a K-Pom?
What's the service?
I just sent it to the chat.
Thompson People Chapter 1. Thompson People Chapter 1. This is
Oh
really
yeah, that's it kept like teetering when I was trying to search it. Everyone ready? How you doing there, K-Pom?
Katie's ready.
Katie's ready. Inspire me most. Love is not a foolish game when it's played by the pros. And my sister taught me many things over the years. My wedding day, she said I was cool, and it brought me to tears. from them. And then I moved away moved away. Thanks very much. We're Bromham, and thanks for coming to the Wheaty to see us play. Big thanks to Sunday Lemonade for having us on board for the show on their tour. If you haven't seen Sunday Lemonade before, you're in for a treat later on. Nonny, could I get a little bit more of my vocals just in this one? Thanks, that's great. Can I just get a round of applause for Nonny for doing amazing sound at the Wheaty? One of the reasons we love playing here is because the sound is always good. And it's mostly because Nonny's here most of the time, so thanks, Nonny. Last song was about my family who live in Canberra and sort of about moving away from your family. This song's about people, just the weird and wonderful people you meet and how they can inspire you and things like that. It's called People I've Known. Sequins head to toe and a gig she'd go, we'd dance like hell. And I had a friend who liked burgundy. He had a plan to power his vanities in a bucket of cash. Thank you. We recently released 3 songs that were about my parents' story before I was born, and we're going to play the first one of those for you guys tonight. But my parents met in Gosford, and my dad had just moved up there from Canberra and got a youth work job, and they said, "Oh, like we'll send around this lady Jeanette, and she can show you around the town and show you kind of what we're doing and that sort of things." And so Dad's like, "All right, okay, yeah, okay." So they're going to send, obviously someone a bit higher up, maybe kind of a more experienced sort of social worker type. So I better look presentable. And so he put on a tie, and he had this kind of big frizzy sort of hair, and puts on a tie, and then gets a knock at the door, and it's Mum. And his first thought is, "Oh my goodness, she's gorgeous." And Mum's first thought was, what kind of youth worker wears a tie? And so, but despite that minor setback, they grew quite close really quickly, and spending a lot of time together. But unfortunately, my dad had just separated from someone in Canberra, but was still married to that person. And so Mum said, "Look, I'm going to go overseas for 2 years." She just decided to up and bail, and she said, "I think you need to move back to Canberra and do everything in your power to make it work with this person." And so Mum went over to Amsterdam and was living on a barge boat in the just next to the station in Amsterdam, and so kind of about as far away as you could get from Gosford. And Dad moved back to Canberra, and every Friday he moved back in with a friend, but every Friday he'd take his wife out for a date, and every Friday he'd ask if he could stay at her house, and every Friday she'd say no. And this went on for a long time, and then finally she asked for a divorce, and they got separated. Anyway, Mum and Dad hadn't talked at all, and so 2 years later Mum came back to Australia. I was chatting to a mutual friend, and this friend said, "Oh, did you hear what happened to Tomo? Him and his partner separated." And Mum thought, "Oh, I've just spent 2 years getting over this guy, and now all these emotions start flooding back," and thinking, "Oh, could it be? Could it happen?" And so she's quite assertive, and she goes, "Right." She wrote him a letter. She's living in Sydney, and she wrote him a letter to Canberra and said, "Look, I heard about your separation. If you think you could work with, if you think we could make something work, then meet me in Sydney at this cafe at this night, and we'll see what happens." And so she sends the letter to Canberra, and then she rocks up to this cafe on the night she said she would, and Dad never showed. So she goes, she's sitting at this, she's like, "That's it, I'm done, okay, it's not going to happen, I'm done, whatever, I'm over this, over this guy." And then she goes and she kind of, like a week later, she meets up with this mutual friend again and said, "Oh, look, this happened with Tomo, whatever, like, I'm done, I'm over it, And he goes, "Oh no, Tomo's been living in Tweed Heads with his mum. He never got your letter." And so Mum, so their mutual friend calls up Dad in Tweed Heads and says, "Look, mate, this is what happened. Jenny sent you a letter and you never rocked up." And Dad said he's never packed a bag so quick. He just grabbed a bunch of clothes, walked out the door, and jumped in his brother's Jag and just drove from Tweed Heads to Sydney and met Mum at Central Station. And Hannah, my wife, asked Dad the other day, "So what did you do when you saw her?" And he just burst into tears. And he said, "I kissed her." So anyway, I don't know. This is Mum then asked him to marry him multiple times, and she said, Dad asked Mum to marry him multiple times, and she said no a bunch of times, and then she finally said yes. That's the last part of the story. Anyway, that's just the first part of their story, so one day I'll share the rest, but this is chapter 1. of youth worker wears a tie. Maybe it's love at first sight. There's something about this guy. And it's true, I've fallen for your smile, your big hair and crazy style. But it's just not right, for you are a married man. Every Friday, out on a date. Every Friday, I ask to stay. Every Friday, just us alone. Every Friday, she says no. On that Friday, out for the date. On that Friday, away. On that Friday, sat there alone. On that Friday, he never showed. He never got the letter, never got the letter. He was in tweed hats. Never got the letter, never got the letter. He was in tweed hats. Never got the letter, never got the letter. He was in tweed hats. Never got the letter, never got the letter. He was in tweed hats. He never got the letter, never got the letter. He was in tweed hats. Never got the So as you may have guessed, being in this band is a little bit chaotic. But it's kind of what we love about it. The chorus of this song is "Can't stop, won't stop, but don't know where we're going now," and that's pretty much our motto. Kind of got no idea, and I think it's the same for a lot of musos. We just love creating and we love making music. We got no idea where it's going, but we're enjoying the ride. This is called The Theme to Bromham the Musical.
Just send it.
Can't stop, won't stop, but don't know where we're going now. Can't stop, won't stop, but don't know where we're going now. Can't stop, 'cause this is what we are. Can't stop, won't stop, but don't know where we're going now. Roll along, causing lots of noise, making music that brings us joy. But we're here and we're listening for the better things in life. We are broke, but we're satisfied. Oh, oh, oh. Can't stop, won't stop, but don't know where we're going now. Can't stop, won't stop, but don't know where we're going now. Can't stop, 'cause this is what we are. Can't stop, won't stop, but don't know where we're going now. Oh, 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 Can't stop, won't stop, but don't know where we're going now. Can't stop, won't stop, but don't know where we're going now. Can't stop, 'cause this is what we are. Can't stop, won't stop, but don't know where we're going now. And can't stop, won't stop, but don't know where we're going now. And can't stop, won't stop, but don't know where we're going now. And can't stop, won't stop, but don't know where we're going now. And can't stop, won't stop, but don't know where we're going. Thank you. We got a couple more before we hand over to Sunday Lemonade. And they're new ones. So strap yourselves in. Funnily enough, the last time we saw Sunday Lemonade, we were both playing at Kangaroo Valley Folk Festival. And if you don't know where Kangaroo Valley is, it's kind of just south of Wollongong. It's one of the most beautiful places in Australia, I reckon. But while we were playing at Kangaroo Valley, our Airbnb hostess actually came to see us play. And after the show, the next morning, she messaged me on the Airbnb app and said, "Oh, me and some friends came to see you last night, and we loved your show. It was so good. Look, I noticed that you have an accordion in your band, and actually, I have an old accordion that belonged to my late husband, and I've been looking for someone to give it to. Could I give you this accordion?" And we were blown away. It was like a very emotional journey. So the next day I went to see her at the house because she kind of lived on the property with the house we're renting. And she pulls out this this accordion in a black plastic bag, and I thought, oh look, it could be in any sort of condition, but it's still, you know. And then she opens up the black plastic bag, and it's like this absolutely immaculate, beautiful accordion with kind of gold detailing and things like that. And I said, "Oh, you've got to tell me a bit about, you know, your late husband, like, and you know, him playing the accordion." And so she told me that her name's Gudula, and her husband was called William, and he was his parents were Jewish Germans who fled during the war, and he got his first accordion when he was 5 years old, and she's still got it. She's got this little accordion. So he played from when he was 5, and could just play. She said he could just play absolutely anything on the accordion. But in high school, she's a very flamboyant sort of drama major with bright clothing and things, and he was a lawyer, so he was very different. She's like, "Oh, he was such a nerd, you know." So in school he got picked on, but then these high school kids started inviting him to these high school parties because he would go and play the accordion, and they would just kind of call out songs to him, whether it be disco songs or rock songs or folk songs or whatever, and he could just play anything on the accordion. And so, and then these kids would kind of stick up for him at school because he was the accordion kind of jukebox of the parties. And so the accordion got him through school. And then after school, when he met Gudula, he studied law and she studied drama, and they said, "Oh, look, we were so different. We wanted to see things from each other's perspective." And so Gudula took a law class at uni, and he did a couple of drama subjects, an improv class and a vocalising class, just so that they could understand life from each other's perspectives, which I thought was super lovely. But William and Gudula always said to each other, "Look, one day we'll move to Kangaroo Valley because it's absolutely gorgeous there. One day we'll retire to Kangaroo Valley." And she told us that unfortunately he passed away before they could have the opportunity to move there, but she still decided to move down to Kangaroo Valley, and she says that, yeah, he would have loved it down there. So we wrote them a song which we're releasing hopefully at the end of this month, and it's called William and Gudula. Also, this is not the accordion we got given. It's at home because it doesn't have a pickup and it's precious, and I'm scared, you know. William, play us the accordion. You can play anything at all. And William, come to our party house and play us any song we shout, and we'll stick up for you at school. 'Cause when you start a playing, you get everybody dancing, disco, pop, rock, and everything that's best than kangaroos. One day we'll move to Kangaroo Valley and we'll grow old, just me and you. One day we'll move to Kangaroo Valley where there's no one less than kangaroos. One day we'll move to Kangaroo Valley and we'll grow old, just me and you. One day we'll move to Kangaroo Valley where there's no one less than kangaroos. One day we'll move to Kangaroo Valley and we'll grow old, just me and you. I moved to Kangaroo Valley, where there's no one best than kangaroos. I moved to Kangaroo Valley, and you would have loved it here.
Everyone awake?
We have kind of 1.5 songs left. And the half a song we've actually never played live before, so you're in for a treat. This is probably this is maybe the 4th or 5th, no, maybe 6th song that we've, every time we play at the Wheaty, it's like, this is a safe space. I think we can just try songs we've never played live before, so it's probably the 6th song all up that we've ever tried live for the first time here. It's kind of 2 songs mashed together, and it kind of, follows a bit. The last couple of years, me and my wife Hannah have just had a bit of a time where you're kind of not really sure which direction to take or where to go next and that sort of thing. But I guess one thing that's really been important to us is just having an awesome group of friends like these people. You can give them a round of applause if you like. But having an amazing group of supportive friends who are just living different lives and doing different things and trying different things. And that really kind of gives us the freedom in ourselves to not feel like we have to follow one path or try one sort of way of doing life. So big thanks to this gang for inspiring us. So the next song's called We've Got Friends. And the song that leads off, it doesn't have a name yet, but we'll figure that out later.
Hang on. What about the vocals?
What have we started?
We sing the chorus, and then we do this. Ready?
Got friends in all the right places. We've got friends all around. good or bad or the same. They're not perfect, but they inspire us. We, our friends, are living interesting lives, doing things and living just to inspire. Oh, we've got friends in all the right places. We've got friends all around. Life's not a straight line. Nobody's in front or behind. Life's not a straight line. Nobody's in front or behind. Life's not a straight line. Nobody's in front or behind. Life's not a straight line. Nobody's in front or behind. 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 Nobody's in front. We've got friends in all the right places. We've got friends all around. We've got friends in all the right places. We've got friends all around.
Thanks for dancing.
We can do what we want to. Nothing holding us back. No kids to attend to. Not financially attached, but we're frozen on the floor. Couldn't choose a door to go through. There's a little old dog who helps us feel like we are a family, like other families might. But whatever will we do when he decides to move on? You hold me together. It's something I never told. You know that I was born with a restless soul, but know you are my home. Wherever we go together. Life's not a straight line. Nobody's in front or behind. Life's not a straight line. Nobody's in front or behind. Life's not a straight line. Nobody's in front or behind. Life's not a straight line. Nobody's in front or behind. Life's not a straight line. Nobody's in front or behind. Life's not a straight line. Nobody's in front or behind. Life's not a straight line. Nobody's in front or behind. Life's not a straight line. Nobody's in front or behind. Thank you. We've been Bromham, and please enjoy Sunday Lemonade. They'll be up soon. Thank you. Thanks for letting us try a new song, eh?